6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has stressed upon international community to play urgent role in stopping Israel's aggression against Palestinians. Second consignment of relief goods for people of Gaza was dispatched from Islamabad today through a special flight. 23 Palestinians were martyred in Israeli airstrikes in Rafah and Khan Yunis today. Anwarul Haq Kakar embarks on an official visit to Uzbekistan tomorrow to participate in the 16th Economic Cooperation Organization Summit. Pakistan and the Republic of Korea are commemorating 40th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic relations today. In ICC Cricket World Cup at Mumbai against Afghanistan, Australia are chasing a target of 292 runs. And now the news in detail. Caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haq Kakar has stressed the need for the international community to play an urgent role in stopping Israel's aggression against Palestinians. He said this during a meeting with his Special Representative for Religious Harmony and Pakistan Diaspora in Middle East and Islamic countries, Maulana Tahir Ashrafi, in Islamabad today. They held detailed discussion on the deteriorating situation in the Middle East and denounced the genocide and atrocities on innocent Palestinians in Gaza by Israeli forces. Both welcomed the upcoming meeting of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation to be held in Jeddah on the deteriorating situation of Palestine. The Prime Minister on the occasion lauded Maulana Tahir Ashrafi for his efforts for the welfare of Pakistanis residing in Middle East and other Islamic countries. Maulana Tahir Ashrafi paid tribute to the interim government's steps to promote interfaith harmony. Upon the special direction of the Prime Minister, the National Disaster Management Authority has sent second consignment of relief goods for the people of occupied Gaza from Islamabad today through a special flight. Speaking on the occasion, Foreign Minister Jalil Abbas Chilani said this 90 ton of humanitarian assistance include ration bags, medicines and hygiene kits. He said this is a token of love and solidarity on the part of Pakistan with the Palestinian brothers and sisters. The foreign minister said the entire Pakistani nation is aggrieved over the massacre of Palestinians at the hands of Israeli forces. He said it is the demand of Pakistan and other Islamic countries that an independent state of Palestine be established with Al-Quds al-Sharif as its capital. Jalil Abbas Chilani reaffirmed Pakistan's firm support for the Palestinians. The foreign minister underlined the urgency of bringing an immediate end to the Israeli aggression and lifting of the siege of Gaza. He called for upholding the principles of justice, humanity, and facilitation of the delivery of humanitarian assistance to the people of Gaza. Israel continues relentless bombing on besieged Gaza, and at least 23 Palestinians were martyred in two separate Israeli airstrikes in the cities of Rafah and Khan Yunis today. People are being pulled from the rubble after the explosions in the southern Gazan cities. According to Palestinian Health Ministry, more than 10,000 people have been martyred by Israeli forces in Gaza since October 7. Prime Minister Anwarul Haq Kakar will embark on an official visit to Tashkent, Uzbekistan tomorrow to participate in the 16th Economic Cooperation Organization Summit. The two-day summit will commence from tomorrow. At the summit, the Prime Minister will reaffirm Pakistan's commitment to ECO Vision 2025 and to promotion of regional cooperation in the areas of trade, transport, connectivity, energy, tourism, and economic growth and productivity. He will present Pakistan's vision for the future work of the organization and promotion of regional connectivity and mutual prosperity. He will also engage in bilateral discussions with the leadership of Uzbekistan and other participating leaders. As a founding member of ECO, Pakistan remains committed to the goals of connectivity and mutual prosperity of the ECO region. Caretaker Minister for National Health Services, Regulations and Coordination, Dr. Nadeem Jan, has said Universal Health Insurance Program is being evolved to provide free healthcare facilities to the poor segment of the society. Addressing a news conference in Islamabad today, Dr. Nadeem Jan said 500 basic health units are being rehabilitated across the country to improve primary health care facilities. He said the caretaker government is committed to bring about reforms in health sector despite numerous challenges. He said a mechanism is also being evolved for providing better treatment of diabetes and hepatitis patients at the government hospitals. Dr. Nadeem Jan said real-time data of hospitals is being digitized, which will further improve better health facilities at the hospitals. Responding to a question, the minister said 80% complaints received through app regarding healthcare facilities have been resolved. This is Radio Pakistan. China's Charity Affairs Pang Chen-shui called on the leader of the House and Senate, Muhammad Ishaq Dar, in Islamabad today. The two sides discussed and explored various avenues to enhance the existing economic and strategic cooperation between the two countries. Pakistan and the Republic of Korea are commemorating the 40th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations today. To mark the occasion, Foreign Minister Jalil Abbas Jilani and Foreign Minister of Republic of Korea Park Jin exchanged messages of felicitation through diplomatic channels. Foreign ministers of both countries reviewed the rich history of bilateral relations, socio-cultural ties, development and economic cooperation, and the contribution of respective diasporas, which act as a bridge of friendship between the two countries. Underscoring the strong potential for future collaboration, the foreign ministers pledged to intensify cooperation in all fields, including political, economic, cultural, and people-to-people contacts. A three-day international conference on women in Islam, status and empowerment commenced in Jeddah under the aegis of the OIC to discuss the role of women in an Islamic society. Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on Human Rights and Women Empowerment, Mishal Hussain Malik, is heading the Pakistan delegation. The conference would focus on the rights and responsibilities of women in Islam. A large number of female heads of state, ministers, think tanks, and representatives from various international and regional organizations are participating in the event. The repatriation of illegal foreign nationals, including Afghans, to their home countries is continuing. According to details, 9,816 illegal Afghans boarding 632 vehicles returned to Afghanistan yesterday. So far, 198,554 Afghan nationals staying illegally in Pakistan have returned to Afghanistan. The repatriation of illegal Afghans is inevitable for lasting peace of both the countries and the region. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference has urged the international community to redouble its efforts to settle the Palestine and Kashmir dispute as per the UN Security Council resolutions to avert a big catastrophe in the Middle East and South Asia. The APHC spokesperson in a statement said the indifference of the United Nations to these two disputes has brought the world to the brink of a nuclear blitz. He said that the United Nations and the world powers had either forgotten the Kashmir dispute or they are deliberately ignoring it, even though it is one of the oldest unresolved disputes on the UN agenda. He said that India had enforced black laws in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir to kill, arrest and terrorize innocent and unarmed Kashmiris. The spokesperson pointed out that thousands of Kashmiri youth had been picked up by the Indian forces after being labeled as militants on mere suspicion. He said India has failed to suppress the Kashmiris' freedom sentiment despite using all cheap tactics. On the other hand, Indian authorities suspended mobile internet services in Pulwama district today. Russia says remarks by an Israeli minister about a nuclear strike on Gaza have raised a huge number of questions. This was stated by Russia's foreign ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova in a statement in Moscow today. She said the main issue is that Israel appeared to have admitted that it has nuclear weapons. It is pertinent to mention that Israel has not publicly acknowledged that it has nuclear weapons. In the ICC Cricket World Cup, chasing a victory target of 292 runs against Afghanistan in Mumbai, Australia won 19 for 1 in 3.3 overs a short while ago. Batting first, Afghanistan scored 291 runs for 5 wickets in stipulated 50 overs. And finally, the weather. Cloudy weather is expected in most upper parts of the country, with rain, wind, and thunderstorm likely in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and North Balochistan during the next 12 hours. Fog and smog is likely to occur at few plain areas of Punjab. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.